Bro, we're like literally the only people that are talking right now.
Yeah.
Wow.
Fucking echoing off the walls.
Hello. Yeah. This right here, this ain't Vegas whatsoever. This is not what I grew up to. Okay. If there's one word to basically describe of like the current events that have happened so far in 2020, that one word would have to be unprecedented. I mean, just think about it. Like within the 6-month time range, it can pretty much be its own chapter in a high school history textbook, if you ask me. I mean, ranging back from like the fires that happened in Australia to Kobe Bryant's death to the coronavirus getting so serious where pretty much Donald Trump, he just pretty much put the country in a state of emergency, declaring that we are facing with a pandemic. And at the recording of this video, we are still fighting the coronavirus pandemic. And as of late, a couple weeks ago, the racism that's occurred from like the George Floyd incident, from like the police brutality, it like just thinking about it, the racism just pisses me off. It just makes me so angry just thinking about that. I mean, it's 2020, people. We're not in the 1860s, for crying out loud. But that's for another video. Like in this video, I strictly want to focus more about pretty much like how Las Vegas, where I currently live at, is like pretty much like dealing and handling with the coronavirus, considering that as of late, on June 13th, 2020, the day that I am recording this, that pretty much some, if not most, of the casinos and the businesses around Las Vegas are pretty much reopening again, with limitations, of course, so keep that in mind. And we've been pretty much like a main topic on social media, so that can either mean we're ahead of the game or we are screwed. And in order for us to understand about like how Las Vegas is handling the situation, I think it's appropriate for us to think about when the pandemic started. So when the pandemic started, like around the middle of March, I believe, I had no idea what was going to happen. I mean, I got scared. I was uncertain of a lot of things, like what's going to happen with school, like what's going to happen with like jobs, what's going to happen to like the economy here in the nation, but specifically here in Las Vegas. It just gave me like a lot of like paranoia to see of like what's going to happen into the future. So as soon as like Donald Trump like put in like the stay at home order, like the quarantine, like stuff like that, social distancing, it just got crazy, because like during the beginning phases of that, literally everybody went to various grocery stores. And I'm not gonna lie, me and my family are guilty of this as well. We went to like several different stores. We went to Sprouts, we went to our Smiths, and we went to our local Asian market to get some rice, just in case if another wave happened. I mean, it may happen considering that the strip is reopened again, but I think that it's important to know that like literally everybody was trying to grab everything that they needed, or at least prepare to see what's going to happen like later on. I mean, like literally there's like no food on the shelves, like literally no food, there's like no water, there are empty shelves everywhere. Like I've never seen grocery stores with like empty shelves before. It felt like that everybody was preparing for a zombie apocalypse. Like that right there was kind of fun. Like for me, like I thought that I was in the middle of a Dead Rising game, but with a blink of an eye later, like I realized that this is real life, that we are actually facing a pandemic. Like I just had to think about like everything again and again. Like we are all experiencing this together. Who knows when this coronavirus is going to be just as common as the common flu? Only time will tell. Like there's no vaccine yet. Like everybody's so paranoid. Like the unemployment rates here in Las Vegas are skyrocketed. Like pretty much people are dependent on stimulus checks coming in the mail or via direct deposit. It's just so crazy just to think about it. Pretty much we're all in a state of flux. Like I can pretty much imagine that like not only that people living in Las Vegas feel that, but pretty much everybody in the world are feeling the exact same way as I did. And And then fast forward to next month on April, where pretty much our Mayor Goodman, was interviewed by Anderson Cooper, out of all people, and just to pretty much like discussing to him about how she wants to reopen Las Vegas. And I'm not going to lie, I was pretty skeptical at first because considering that there's no vaccine just yet, and like there's like no like really a cure like at the time, and even till now there's like no real cure of like the coronavirus. It's kind of like overwhelming of like how she wants to like literally open up the strip where pretty much everybody goes to. Like that's pretty much like of how Las Vegas is pretty much known as the strip, because like there are other parts of Vegas too that people don't really talk about. It's just pretty much the strip. But the thing that made me like so worried about the interview is if Anderson Cooper does this during your live interview, that's not good news. And considering that I live in the city that Mayor Goodman is at, that gets me kind of worried, if you ask me. I ain't even gonna lie. Like, I don't know what exactly is going to happen. Like, during that time, I'm like, oh my god, is our mayor really this crazy? And if I can recall one time that she actually called, like, the citizens of Las Vegas going to be the control group, whatever the hell that means, Mayor Goodman, oh my god. Like, and then fast forward like a couple weeks later, where like phase 1 is pretty much intact, where pretty much like select places of businesses can open, like such as gyms, beauty salons and haircut places are open, it just stuff like that. But it just makes me wonder of like how this is going to affect like the economy, because like one thing that I can understand about Mayor Goodman is that Las Vegas's economy is not looking good right now, if you ask me, because if you think about it, Las Vegas's economy is dependent on its tourism, it's dependent on its gaming, it's dependent on its casinos, it's pretty much dependent on its hospitality industry. Because if you think about it, millions, and I mean millions of people literally go on the strip every day, and like how do you think these casinos like such as MGM make a lot of money each day? And considering that like the strip was like pretty much closed for like a month and a half to 2 months, you can imagine the lost amount of revenue that they could have made during that time. And then fast forward to June, where we're pretty much in phase 2 of like businesses reopening, and as soon as phase 2 happened, I decided that I wanted to grab a haircut. It was pretty much like my first haircut in a long time. Like that was my first haircut ever since the pandemic happened, and honestly, it was long overdue. But going to the barber shop, it was so strange, and it was kind of overwhelming just to see like the different dividers, just seeing like the barbers wearing like masks. Like it just didn't feel like home to me. It didn't feel like that I was in Vegas. Like this new Vegas, it just isn't something that I'm used to. I mean, nobody's used to this, if you ask me. And then after getting my haircut, me and my friend John decided to link up just to see of like parts of downtown and pretty much like parts of the strip, of like how people are reacting to it, like considering that some parts of the strip are open, like I said earlier in the video. And honestly, the results, it was kind of shocking to me, like in both ways. We first went to downtown for like 30 minutes. We just biked around for a bit and just wanted to see of like pretty much of like what stores were open, what stores were closed, and just stuff like that. And after going to downtown briefly, we pretty much went to the strip, and holy crap, I never seen the strip so freaking empty and so much less cars than often. Because the last time that I filmed on the strip was like for a video about me turning 20 years old. I would recommend watching that video after watching this video, of course. But after comparing the footage that I got from like last week to the footage I got in January, it's just crazy to see the difference. Like back in January and even before the pandemic, so many people were on the strip, so many different cars were on the strip. Like that felt normal, like that was Vegas in a nutshell. But now, like there's like nobody even walking on the strip, there's like no cars. It just felt like a ghost town. But walking into the casinos though, dog, that was a crazy experience. I mean, you get to see people like play poker still with shields between them, which was so weird. Pretty much all the employees were pretty much like wore their masks while some people didn't. It was just so crazy to see like a lot of people like pretty much like disregarding like the social distancing, considering that the pandemic is still going on. It's almost as if the pandemic never even existed. I mean, that's just crazy. I mean, like, a lot of people are going to pools, a lot of people are in large groups. I mean, me and my friend, it was just only us two. We just wanted to see like the strip of how it's like to see some of the stores that were open. We wanted to see some stores that were closed, and for the stores that were open, we wanted to see like pretty much like what's the most people that they can hold. And for some stores it was like 10 people, like others it would be like no limit whatsoever. It's just wild to me. And one thing that I noticed like on social media was that some restaurants like on the strip are including a surcharge tax into it. Like they're gonna take like 4% of like your check, like in order to make up for like lost profit like due to the coronavirus. So I guess that's just one way of like people to avoid the strip. But at the same time, like I said earlier, you really can't blame like some of these casinos reopening like due to the fact that some of their employees are furloughed, and pretty much like I said, that Las Vegas is really dependent on its tourism, because without its hospitality industry, Vegas would be nothing, because we make millions of dollars based off those things that I just said. And it just makes me worrisome if pretty much our mayor and governor opened Las Vegas too early. Some people will say no. I mean, for me, I'm kind of skeptical about it, because like sometimes I would wear my mask at some places, sometimes I wouldn't, I will admit. And other times people would say yes, like the people that are on the strip, like people that are going to clubs again. And yes, if you're watching this and if you're not from Vegas, some nightclubs are open again. If you want to go to a nightclub, go to Commonwealth. It's in downtown Fremont. So that's a place that you should check out if you're from Vegas, if you want to have some fun. But anyways, I'm just so uncertain of what's going to happen into the future. Like, who knows when there's going to be a cure for the coronavirus? Like, who knows when everything will go back to normal? Because I sure as hell don't know when it's going back to normal. Nobody does. Like, it's just only a matter of time. And hopefully there's going to be some good news. Honestly, this new Vegas, this ain't it for me. Like, I want the old Las Vegas back. This new Vegas, it ain't it, if you ask me. It's just so crazy to think about everything that's transpired like throughout the past 6 months to right now. And honestly, it's just really crazy to see like the entire world like this. I mean, like, who would have thought that within like the past 6 months that everything that's happened so far would have happened? I just hope that the second half of 2020 is going to be so much better. We can only hope. I mean, it's going to be back to normal someday, but the question is when. But yeah, I guess that's pretty much it. If you guys enjoyed this video, it would really mean a lot to me if you guys did leave a like on this video. Comment down below your coronavirus situations, like from the cities that you guys are from. And most importantly, if you guys did enjoy this video, it would mean a lot to me if you guys did subscribe to this channel, as it will definitely help out with the growth of this channel. Who knows where this channel is going to be within like by the end of the year. We'll see. Nobody knows. Just how nobody knows of when everything will go back to normal. I'll see you guys in my next one.